Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Current Affairs series. In this series, we will discuss about 14th May current affairs. Myself, Sunny Sandeep. Welcome to my channel, Gear Up for Group 1 exam. Let us discuss the current affairs. The first one, major stimulus package for MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium enterprises. Relief at hand. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman addressing a press conference to announce details of the economic stimulus package in New Delhi on Wednesday. Yesterday we have seen that a press conference of Prime Minister Modi ji. In that he announced that 20 lakh crore package for the Atmanirbhar India. In that for small businesses 3 lakh crore emergency credit for micro, small and medium enterprises, that is MSMEs. Only domestic firms can bid for government procurements up to 200 crores only. What about the employees and taxpayers? EPF, Employee Provident Fund deductions slashed for 3 months to 20% from 24%. Suppose I am getting 100 rupees salary. Previously, that is 24 rupees deducted from my account to the Provident Fund contribution. In that 100 rupees, I am getting only 76 rupees. Suppose it is decreased to 20%. Now it means from my 100 rupees, it will deduct only 20 rupees. That's why it will take home pay to 80 rupees. That means 6 rupees increased. Like that, 20% from 24% of salary, IT returns deadline extended to, that is November 2020 for the tax year of 2019 and 20. Here this will enhance take home pay if employees pass it on, but dent retirement savings. Here what about the infrastructure sector, that is power PSUs to lend 90,000 crore to stressed state distribution companies. Here deadlines for the realty projects and public infrastructure contracts extended. What about the financial sector? Fresh 45,000 crore partial credit guarantees for non-banking financials, that is NBFCs. Here 30,000 crore special liquidity for the microfinance, housing finance and NBFCs. Like this stimulus package is announced by our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Next one, $3.6 million in US funding to Indian labs may be delayed. Here, a decision by the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, that is CDC, to donate the 3.6 million to Indian laboratories and research agencies to assist the countering the COVID-19 pandemic could run into delays, given that the agency has been placed on a watch list since 2019, December 2019. First, we have to know that why CDC is put under watch list since December 2019, because we have to know previous history. We know that in 2019 in Kerala Nipah virus is there between 2018 and 2019. That from that there is a research institute, that is Manipal Center for Virus Research, that is MCVR, is collaborated with our CDC is giving funding to work on the Nipah virus, that is in Kerala. For that there is no approval from our Indian government. That's why significantly the strictures followed an inquiry into the CDC's funding of an unapproved Indian laboratory in Manipal for work on the Nipah virus, considered as a potential bioweapon. It dissolves the biosafety level of 4. That's why our Indian government put under watch list. On October 30, 2019, the Union Health Ministry wrote to both CDC, that is Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and Manipal Center for Virus Research, that is MCVR, ordering them to shut down the study immediately. If that $3.6 million comes to India, what it will help? That the money would go towards increasing the laboratory capacity for COVID-19, that is SARS-CoV-2 testing, molecular diagnostics and serology. It will help in these testing and molecular diagnostics and serology. Next one, here due to COVID-19 pandemic, huge loss for 21 major states. we have seen that major cases are recorded from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and Delhi. These states are also facing that financial crunch. That means all finances are dried up. The lockdown caused 21 major states to suffer a collective revenue loss of about 97,100 crore for the month of April alone. It's not about financial year, it's only about April alone, according to the estimates from the Indian Ratings and Research Group, that is Fitch Group. Here, both union and state governments are struggling due to the dried up cash inflow, but the problems of states are more precarious because the actual battle against the COVID-19 and associated expenditure being incurred by them only. Here, how finances will come to a state. There are states' own revenue mainly comes from the seven heads. They are states goods and service tax, that is SGST, state VAT mostly on petroleum products, state excise mostly on liquor. That's why our central government ordered or suggested that to open the liquor shops. Stamps and registration fees, vehicle tax, tax on and duty on electricity and own non-tax revenue. These are the main seven heads of the state's own revenue. These state finances or these state revenues are dried up due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Next one, Army proposes 3 years stint for civilians. Here, the Army plans to take a civilians on a 3-year, that is tour of duty, that is TOD or a short service on a trial basis to serve as officers or in other ranks. If you see what is the proposal, this proposal aims to reduce the financial burden on the force and free funds for its modernization. We know that our India's expenditure is on third country. Most expenditure on defense is first one America, second one USA. Previous year we are on fourth stage. Third stage is Saudi Arabia. Now we crossed that Saudi Arabia. We stood at defense expenditure on third stage. Here the proposal suggests that several incentives such as tax-free income for the 3 years and lump sum at the end of the 3 years of about 5 to 6 lakhs for officers and 2 to 3 lakh for others. Here the Army's pay and pension bill has been increasingly steeply over the years, accounting for 60% of its budget allocation. In the last 5 years, though the growth in the defense budget has been increasing, I have previously explained that our military expenditure stood at third in the world. And for defense salaries 75%, defense pensions have increased by staggering of 146%. What is the use from this one? That is a tour of duty or short service. The proposal adds that the addition, the nation and corporates are likely to benefit from the trained, disciplined, confident, diligent and committed men and women who have completed the TOD. We know that from military we have to work hard. From that we may train from that disciplined and confident, diligent and committed women and men and women who have completed that TOD, that is tour of duty. Next one, Taiwan is eager to work with India to fight with the COVID-19 pandemic. Here, before going to explain or discuss about this topic, we have to know that there is a World Health Organization. Everyone, we know that there is a World Health Organization. In that several member countries are there. They have some membership countries also. India, China, some developed and developing countries are in that. But due to some political reasons, Taiwan is not the member of World Health Organization. But Taiwan is eager to work with India to fight with the COVID-19 pandemic. Here the experience from that SARS in Taiwan, that is in 2003, the experience taught Taiwan that acting quickly and ensuring advanced deployment are the keys to preventing the spread of the COVID-19. If you see the cases in Taiwan, almost 500 only. Why? Because it acted quickly and ensuring advanced deployment are the keys to preventing the spread of an epidemic. After knowing that epidemic, they set up the Central Epidemic Command Center, that is CECC. Here there is a good news or there is a important thing in that. is national health insurance for every almost 99%, which covers almost 99% of our their people, is the key to our success in rationing, critical supplies and contact tracing. If you see the information sharing and multilateral coordination play a critical role in preventing pandemics. If both these countries, India and Taiwan, work on information sharing and multilateral coordination, it will play a critical role in preventing the pandemics like COVID-19. Here, Taiwan is willing to share its experience with the World Health Organization, but it is not a member of that and other nations. If Taiwan could participate fully in the World Health Organization, that means if it is a member of World Health Organization, and if it could interact with other countries on an equal basis under the World Health Organization framework. Next one, India INC welcomes Finance Minister's booster dose for the industry. We have seen that yesterday Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji, in the part of Nirbhar Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat, announced a phased manner of the stimulus package of 20 lakh crore package. Here FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry President said Sangeeta Reddy, clear focus on getting liquidity flowing into the system. Besides liquidity, we need to give a equal focus on generating consumption demand and prompting up investments. Our before COVID-19, our Indian target is also to make our India economy up to $5 trillion. For that also, there is a key in that to achieve that one. What is that? That is a consumption demand. We have to generate the consumption demand and prompting up investments. Suppose I am a consumer, I want to, if I have money in my hand, I will go for the buying. Then consumption is in take place. At that same time, if I have more than money what I have consumed, I will remaining amount or remaining savings I will put into the investments. That is the main key for to achieve the $5 trillion our target. In this situation also, besides liquidity boosted up by our finance minister, we need to give equal focus on generating consumption demand and prompting up investments. That is said by Sangeeta Reddy, President of FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Here there is a second view, that is TVS Group Chairman Venu Srinivasan. Collateral free automatic loan of 3 lakh crore for business will definitely help the MSME sector, micro, small and medium sector. Here there is a Director General of CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, Chandrajit Banerjee, said that quantum jump in definition of MSME that had not been changed since the MSME Development Act 2006. There is a quantum jump in definition of MSME. Next one, there is important, very interesting one. You see this one. It is a tweet. RPG Group Chairman Harsha Goenka tweeted that prescription for a economy in this situation, in this COVID-19 situation. There is a prescription for an economy. What is the prescription? That is injections for MSMEs, sanitizers for NBFCs, masks for DISCOMs, gloves for real estate, other sectors placed in containment zone till other tranches are announced. Hoping Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will not do social distancing for manufacturing sector. Next one, I promised to make a previous paper analysis, that is I have taken UPSC Prelims 2019. Consider the following statements. As per the law, compensatory afforestation fund management and planning authority exists at both national and state levels. That is a CAMPA. That is compensatory afforestation fund management and planning authority. People's participation is mandatory in the compensatory afforestation program carried out under the Compensation Forest Fund Act 2016. Here I will give brief discussion about that. The Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority, that is CAMPA, is set up at both central and state levels for expeditious, transparent utilization of funds released for the forest land diverted for non-forest purpose. Please underline that it is a forest land. It is diverted to non-forest purpose. Here, compensatory afforestation means afforestation done in lie of diversion of forest land for non-forest use. For this purpose, funds are collected from the company to whom the forest land is diverted. Here, no need of participation of people. That's why which of the statements given above is correct. Here it is asking about correct statements. The answers are A 1 only, B 2 only, both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. We know that from this our discussion only option A, that is only one, as per the compensatory afforestation fund management planning authority exists at both national and state levels. It is not mandatory for people's participation in that COMPA Act. With this we can conclude our video. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Gear up for Group 1 exam. This is Sunny Sandeep signing out. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.